Sky veteran Courtney Vandersloot sends blunt response to Angel Reese. As we know, Angel Reese come out this week. She absolutely crushed her own teammates into the dust, and she even decided to go after a...
On a global platform, a 23-year-old sophomore recently attacked her 36-year-old veteran teammate, making fun of her age, questioning her ability to make a return, and essentially calling her washed. However, what transpired next was bizarre. The veteran did more than simply retaliate. Angel was left scrambling to walk it all back after she gave a clinic on how to humble someone using only class, receipts, and hard facts. Every moment of what could be the most brutal takedown in WNBA history is captured on camera.
Will not have the career that Courtney Vandersloot has had. She won't. You know why? Because I don't think the league's going to tolerate her long.
We are referring to Angel Reese, the same player who has been in the public eye throughout the season due to both her significant on-court achievements and her constant turmoil off the court. The former standout from LSU, who came into the league full of confidence and behaved as though she was in charge of the entire WNBA.
She's James Harden, thinking that, after 2 seasons in the WNBA, she's some sort of commodity that has to be surrounded by the best and greatest players. That's Angel Reese and her...
Courtney Vandersloot, a player who has actually put 15 years of blood and sweat into this league, is on the opposing side. A 4-time All-Star, a 2-time WNBA champion, and someone who worked tirelessly and toughly to earn every spot on her resume. She is the epitome of a seasoned leader. The kind of athlete that young athletes should emulate rather than disparage. This is where things start to get nasty, though. 7 games into the 2025 season, Vandersloot suffered a devastating ACL tear. A blow to someone at her stage that could endanger their career. Additionally, Reese selected that precise moment to twist the knife rather than offer assistance or stand up as a teammate.
Reese blamed her teammates and the organization for her 2nd consecutive season of huge embarrassing failure.
I can assure you that Angel Reese's interview with the Chicago Tribune was more intense than a Michael Bay explosion clip. She launched full-fledged bombs on her own squad, the coaching staff, and, most shockingly, her injured comrade in addition to venting her anger.
Can't rely on Courtney to come back at the age that she's at. I know she'll be a great asset for us, but we can't rely on that. We need someone probably a little younger with some experience, somebody who's been playing the game and is willing to compete for a championship and has done it before.
Hey, I apologize. Did a second-year player really just wonder if a 2-time champion could bounce back from an injury? The lack of basketball awareness, the haughtiness, and the disdain are unbelievable. It wasn't shade. A veteran who has accomplished more with one finger than most gamers was the target of a full-fledged character hit. Oversee over the duration of a career. Unbelievably, things grow worse. Reese didn't end there. "I'm not settling for what we had this year," she declared, effectively telling the team to blow up the entire roster. "Better players are what we need. Great players are what we need. For me, that cannot be negotiated."
Reese wants out of Chicago and wants to go play for the Dallas Wings. She wants to go play with Paige Beckers, who's going to be the rookie.
The entitlement is irrational. A player is making demands like she's peak LeBron when she hasn't even completed 2 full seasons. She's talking about a teammate who just had surgery as though she's a washed-up benchwarmer taking up space. The world of basketball blew up. Social media vanished. The fans were taken aback by what they heard. How is it possible for a second-year athlete to openly question a veteran's return? How can someone who has never won a title disparage a player who has won 2?
Jewelry, girl, you're my angel, you're my darling. Angel, angel, angel. Another WNBA season of Angel Reese on the Chicago Sky, and yet another year of Angel Reese quitting on her losing.
Hey, here's the thing about true champions, though. To be taken seriously, they don't need to yell. To convey a point, they don't require drama or meltdowns. More than anything else, their character and resume speak for themselves. And Courtney Vandersloot was going to explain to everyone why she has been at the top for almost 10 years. The next thing that transpired was pure poetry. When Vandersloot eventually spoke, She did more than simply respond. She gave a masterclass on how to thoroughly undermine your opponent's case while gracefully checking rudeness. Each phrase was quiet, exact, and completely deadly.
Expect to see you back here next year? Oh, absolutely. You know, contrary to what people say or think, my age is absolutely not a factor. I am coming back. I'm going to come back better than ever because that's what I've done. I put myself in a position to come back and compete.
She wasn't finished, though. Not even near. Despite my age, I've positioned myself to return and compete. Boom. That's correct. There was the sound of an experienced expert imparting a master-level instruction on the true definition of professionalism. No theatrics, no shouting, just unadulterated confidence based on 15 years of playing professional basketball. The worst part is that she didn't even mention Reese's name. She was not required to. Everyone was aware of the precise recipient of the communication. The subtext was very evident. You have no idea who you are attempting to challenge, little child. Let's now examine why Vanderloot's reaction was so powerful. It's not just any veteran speaking. This player's CV looks like a legend in basketball. Two-time Seattle Storm WNBA champion. 9 postseason appearances, 4 All-Star selections. Let me check, Angel Reese, a 0 in the meantime. Vandersloot has averaged 11.9 points and 6.2 assists per game over the course of 15 seasons, continuously outperforming the league's most formidable opponents year after year. Reese believes she is capable of challenging that standard of perfection. For her, it becomes even more embarrassing. Vandersloot has already recovered from a serious injury. She overcame obstacles in 2019 and emerged stronger than before. The foundation of this player's career has been disproving skeptics. And now a sophomore who has never won anything believes she can write her off. It is pitiful. It wasn't just basketball that was being disrespected. It was intimate. True leaders take over when a teammate is injured. They uplift, encourage, and assist them. When they are mending, they don't stab them in the back. However, that was where Vandersloot's genius was most evident. She revealed Reese for what she is, an immature player who doesn't understand what it is to be a professional, by taking the high road and replying with confidence and class rather than small-minded remarks. Consider it. Reese comes across as entitled, unappreciative, and disrespectful to a teammate who is hurt, calm, professional, and unwavering. Who won this exchange? Vandersloot did more than just stand up for herself. She responded calmly and confidently, exposing Angel Reese's lack of professionalism, expertise, and respect. She made a 23-year-old sophomore who has never won a championship appear conceited and naive. Reese had to retract her prior demands and apologize. While Vandersloot transformed the occasion into a masterclass in professionalism, she demonstrated that great victors triumph by class, experience, and unwavering confidence, demonstrating that respect is earned rather than expected and that accomplishments speak louder than words.